Okay, hello dears. Welcome to the class today. And I wish you a merry, auspicious solstice, winter solstice today. There's been quite a lot of discussion and excitement around this time of year for some possible changes or leaps in the evolution of consciousness. And that's very exciting to me. I'm interested in those things and times, of course. As a yogi, however, generally, I find that's always the direction. And yes, certain timings and cosmological events help with that. However, I would like to share a quick, different perspective, maybe, and how we can feel our way through ourself and these times. And so that is that the self or you that is looking for something, right? The identity or the desire. And we're looking for something from our life or from our yoga practice. That one, okay, which is looking for that certain thing, is not the one you realize through that thing. Okay. Let's make it simpler. Okay. When we're trying to look at our own life's balance, because who doesn't do this every day? I'm in maybe a challenging zone for that right now, looking at my life, wondering where it is. And you're trying to contain everything in this one life balance and make it perfect. This one little life, everything inside perfectly balanced to realize the ultimate self. And we have our inward direction, meditation. That's all good. That's working how it should. But there's another part which we can use, and that is the outer awareness of being, okay, and existence, life process, and all of it. It's not limited to just this ego, body, mind complex. So we can look at the whole existence and the balance of my life or the positive development of my life. It's not about the results for me. It's about the results for the environment or for the existence or for the interconnectivity that this body mind exists as a part of. So I invite you to try this perspective, especially maybe if you're in certain mental loops of labeling yourself or judging yourself, whether it's positive or negative, and experiment with this way of seeing that our life, our being, our identity is part of something much, much bigger, and that we are practicing to realize that bigger being, okay, or to erase the walls which we have built up between ourselves and connection. Let's sit with our eyes closed. Start from your breath. What is the breath? What is your breath? Feeling it, observing it. Like you never knew what that was before, or you forgot. Like your breath is this, wow, amazing, almost impossible kind of miracle happening here. Because some certain kind of air molecule is coming into this certain kind of chemical, physical body. And it creates energy and wakefulness for a point of consciousness. Feeling your consciousness connected to your breath and your body. Deepening our breath, starting by exhaling longer, inhaling gently from the bottom to the top. Another few long, slow breaths. And then your exhales, waves of relaxation through your nerves. And whether you have any good judgments or criticizations or bad judgments, notice when they happen and remember that that's a description about the small version of you. And when you notice them, invite yourself to see the bigger picture, the bigger connections. Opening our doors to connection and letting go of those things which unnecessarily cause us to judge ourselves. And so let's chant Om 3 times with these processes running, these transformations already becoming possible. Deep, slow inhale. And slowly, let's transition into a twist. So we're just gonna come easy there. Twist yourself to one way. Just holding for a few breaths. Gentle twist, doesn't have to be too deep. Still breathing deeply. Feel the breath as a wave expand and contract through your torso. Softening, opening wave. And even on your exhalations, you might want to imagine that vibration of Om again, the feeling of Om in your own body, your own vibration, or the universal vibration, feeling it as a kind of background signature of everything. Take your time to change, to twisting on the other direction. Gentle twist, a deep breath. And slowly coming back to the center. And a little bit on our side stretchings. Take the right arm up as we inhale. And exhale to the left. Walk the hand out or bend the elbow down. Deep, slow breaths here. Look up. And stretching is one of those things that it can feel really good or really uncomfortable at the same time, depending on our relationship with our own body and our movements. Let's change sides. But part of the reason that stretching can be uncomfortable, beyond only the physical reasons, is your own awareness of your body's mobility and limitations. And oftentimes where we habitually have our body position becomes more comfortable, and where we don't move our body eventually over time becomes uncomfortable to move in that range, at least in some degree. If we keep our breath deep, then this can be melted into relaxation while stretching. Let's come out of our stretch and to hands and knees. With an exhalation, start to round the back into cat pose. Push through the hands and knees. Inhale, drop the belly, reach forward and up through your chin. Exhale, round, squeeze in, push the floor. Inhale, lift and open. And exhale. Keep going. And another interesting, almost funny way in which some people find discomfort to stretch or to do yoga asana. It's also not the physical discomfort, it's the emotional discomfort, right? Some people don't want to even see themselves or be seen doing things that they think aren't them, right? Oh, I don't do that stuff, that's not me. Okay, well, that's fair enough. But also, right? Why not is it you? Your body surely could do it. Your mind surely could do it. And yes, everyone needs their own reasons. That's why. And even it's not wrong to have, you know, things that you're least fond of or things that you would less prefer to do, and choose what you would prefer to do. That's all natural. We might even say that that's what leads us to those situations which are going to be our stimulus for expansion or release anyway too, right? That's our own personal karmas. And they are not necessarily bad. They are those places for lessons, those places for awareness to continue to mature. Okay, now from here, let's stretch on the toes, sitting in Vajrasana on our heels. And you really want to sink down a moment into the stretch of your toes. So if it's not possible to sit all the way back because maybe the knees, you can use the cushions. Try to have some weight through your feet. And let's work the wrist a little bit. So hands forward, and let's make circles with our hands. Just rotating around. You can close the eyes if you want. And with the eyes closed, more exploratory movement. So we're still moving our wrist, but I want you to think about the articulation of your fingers and the wrist joint itself and all the muscles through your hands, your arms, and just check them out. check in with them. Our bodies have messages and signals and sensations that if you find them through certain movements, it reveals a lot about the rest of you. Maybe about the history of the body or the actions or the decisions that we've made. Counting in this case, decisions or even also our non-decisions, things that we didn't do. And ending a few times with a slow wrist pump. Spread our fingers completely, make fists and down. A deep, slow breath still. Last one, hold it for a few seconds, spread the fingers wide, push through your arms, and soften and curl in and make fists down and squeeze the wrist, squeeze the fist gently. And release your hands and arms. Now let's come off of our feet. If you need to, you can tap your toes a little bit if it feels like very, very numb or stiff. And now let's try this exercise of shifting the weight through our feet in different ways. Okay, we start with the knees down again, and we want to see if we can lean back and pull our own knees without sitting down, actually. Okay, so I missed the part. Trying to come to a squat. All right, looking forward helps. Taking the arms forward helps to pull the knees away from the floor and counterbalance. Then, if possible, I want to see if I can get my heels down to the ground. And then transitioning back up, leaning our weight back as we shift our knees down and trying to place the knees down as lightly as you can, and then shifting your weight forward. Explore this slowly. Last few times, try to go deeper into your squat. Bring your torso more through your legs. And if you want, on your kneeling position, you could also momentarily come into a back bend here. If you want to go really far and your feet are not feeling you, you can come all the way down to your elbows. Again, just temporarily for a moment, and then transitioning back again. Last 1 or 2 rounds. And now from your last squat, reach through your torso and come into a forward hang. So we're going to lift through our legs, our hips. You can use your hands on the ground if you need to. Separate your feet. Take a full inhale with your arms supporting you. And then exhale, release the support of your arms and just hang. If any part of the stretch is too intense, or in any pose, use your body a little bit to resist or to come out. And use your breath to relax in deeper when you feel ready. So if you do get those discomforts of stretching or any other kind, use your breath to change the relationship. Not actually what you're doing necessarily, just the relationship, the way of seeing. Maybe what you're doing too. And it's this part of yoga practice in life, which is the most beautiful and the most challenging, right? That ability to consciously change, to see what's going on, to reflect on our own self and decide to try different, right? To be different. And of course, there can be different reasons for that. And all of them could suit or not suit, right? But it's a learning process. So keep developing the relationship, exploring yourself. What can I let go of? What can I try different? What can I provide that I'm not providing, that has a need maybe? Yeah? Where is there need around? And now from here, let's walk our hands forward, coming into a plank. Few breaths, hold, strong front body. And now keeping your hand position, walk your feet by lifting your tail. Try to keep your legs straight, lift your tail, walk straight legs in as far as you can until you need to bend, and keep going however you need to. And come to your flat back. Lift halfway, reach forward to your heart. Hold a few breaths here. And if you're pressing your legs, start to press your legs even less. Try to lift forward more. Reach back through your sit bones, up through your tail. And from here, exhale to stand. Go straight down to your feet. Roll your shoulders up and back as you lift. Turn your palms open. Spread the weight out through your feet, front to back and left to right. Let's bring the hands at the heart center. We'll do a few rounds of Surya Namaskar slowly. Finishing our exhale first. Inhale and reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale halfway or more, lift up to flat back. And exhale, walk back to plank, lower down to a low push-up. Any option, knees or straight legs. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, push back to downward dog. Few deep breaths here. And creating length, reach through your spine, through your legs. Next, exhale, bend the knees halfway. Inhale, walk to the front, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting all the way up, raise the arms. And hands to the hearts, exhale. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank chaturanga. Inhale, chest lifting. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing and holding, feeling. Choosing to be conscious, choosing to feel awareness everything that comes through it. Next exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, walk or hop to the front, 2, flat back. Exhale, hold down. Inhale, lift all the way up. Raise the arms, reach up and back. Exhale, hands to the heart. Again, inhale. Exhale. Flat back, inhale. Low push up, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Close the eyes, breathe. Next, exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, walk or hop to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting all the way. Keep breathing. And exhale, hands to heart. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. Flat back. Chaturanga. Upward facing. And downward facing. Feel through awareness. Exhale, bend knees. Inhale, walk or hop to flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hands to your heart. Breathing deeply, slowly. And we're going to continue and just work on the standing back bend here for a few rounds, just the same way that we've been doing in our Surya Namaskar. Find a pace in your own breath, finishing your exhale and inhaling to begin. Very simple. Inhale to standing back bend, lift and reach. Dive back if it feels comfortable. And exhale, hands back to the heart, standing in mountain. We'll go about 1 more minute so you can explore a little bit different patterns or speed. Don't think of only going as deep as possible in the way you do your practice. Think about as much stability and grace. Through our awareness and concentration, we can stabilize our mind, keep it simple, learn to develop focus. And learn to apply focus, not only just to be able to do it, but to habitually do it, to focus, to have a discipline. And if you feel good in your body, if the movement's happening well enough, you may breathe any pattern of breath. You might be exhaling back or inhaling back. That feels natural, allow it to happen. Just continue to breathe smoothly, slow, and relaxed. Last few rounds. And bringing our hands back to our heart. Keep lifting through your chest and bring your chin just slightly down, resting your chin down. Close the eyes. Feel the axis of your body and draw your body into your midline of your axis, your balance. Now going to the back bends again. If you felt like when you were doing this, when you start to go more back, if your feet get loose or they turn or something is changing, try to keep your feet forward and grip your toes. You can even squeeze your legs together, squeeze your inner thighs. Right? So just be aware of that. And if you have some wall space nearby, we can play with tapping onto the wall with our back bend. Okay, so we might start pretty close. And we're going to look up and back and touch the wall about where our eyes match the arm position. So my whole upper body really matters. How far my spine can go, my arm can go, etc. And the way that we're touching the wall is just a light touch. It's not like supporting me, right? Then after a few rounds, if you feel, okay, well, that's interesting, maybe I can go further just as well. So we step a little bit forward. And for now, let's say we want the point that we're touching to be hip or higher. Okay? And if you can't touch hip or higher, you're standing too far away. 1 or 2 more minutes work on this slow back bending. And remember, very light touch. Last 2 or 3 rounds. Finish coming back to your mountain, feet close, chest lifted, chin down, eyes softly closed. Exhale, hands to your hips. And we're going to step into a high lunge. Left leg back. And exhale, step forwards. Just warm that up. Stepping forwards and backwards. Right leg back. Exhale, forward. Left leg, inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, forward. Right leg back, arms up. Exhale, step forward. Slowing it down if you can, last few rounds. And adding more of that reach in your back bends. Inhale, step, reach up and back. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more each side. Last one, holding 5 to 10 breaths. This breath tends to be quite short in back bend. Slow it down as you can, but 5 to 10 breaths change. You need time between the sides. Take the time. Always. Remember, sometimes the strong buildup of sensation that we get in practice is the point. You can take a break from doing the exercise and just observe the feeling. That's not being lazy as long as you're really focusing and being mindful. We could say a really good practice could be 1 minute of technique and 59 minutes of mindfulness, right? The technique helped you to open up. Let's come back to mountain. And again, just standing. This time drop the hands. Palms open to the front. That subtle action through the legs to help you stand tall. And feel the torso, the abdomen, the sheath of muscle around the middle of our body, middle, sides, front, back. Feel how each side, the front, the back, left and right, all little bits elongating and holding to the middle. Feeling this gentle support of our body through our core muscles to help us stand tall. And exhaling, opening our eyes. Stepping to the front of the mat if you aren't already there. And we take our last round of Surya Namaskar. Exhale first. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, folding down. Inhale, flat back. And one more time, fold. And we're going to hold this time, deeper forward bend. Keep breathing, lean your weight forward. And inhale to flat back. Now you can choose an arm balance of your choice. Okay? If you're not doing an arm balance, you can just lean weight forward onto your hands as if you were doing a handstand. Or you can lift a handstand or Bakasana crow pose. So symmetrical arm balance position. Holding. Coming back to your feet and coming into a squat. Feet wide. Try to get the heels down. And now using our hands on our knees. So you can take your right hand to your right knee. Lift through your torso, through your spine, through the middle. And then twist to the right, slightly pressing through the right hands, looking up to the right. Dropping the weight down through the pelvis, but pushing through the feet to lift through the head. Change sides, soften, turn down. Switch your hands. Look up to the left as you exhale. Reach forward to the crown as you inhale. And turning back to the center, walk the fingertips out, lift your chest, reach up, and exhale, walk further out and down. Heavy pelvis, heavy head. Deep breath, few more. Fully exhale. And from here now, we sit down and come into Baddha Konasana or Upavishta Konasana. So these two poses, the first one is butterfly, our feet are together and we fold. Or the second one, Upavishta, is wide legs, open and we fold. So you can choose, take your time to come into it slowly. Stay here, surrender into it. The longer you stay, the more we can let go. And sitting back up. Now, if you have your feet together, bring them into the wide Upavishta Konasana, legs apart. And just a little bit on side bending once again. And since we did so much to keep ourselves tall and use our core muscles, let's start that way by side bending without using the arms to the floor. So you can make it like you're cradling a baby, something in your hands at your waist. Think about finding the expression of your spine grounding through your pelvis as you side bend. Slowly moving from side to side. A few more times. And it can be very interesting physically, right? What's going on. Even activating your obliques to bend you into the side bend more actively. Not only gravity pulling you down, but your muscles pulling you down. As we finish that last side, just sitting up, eyes closed, feet slightly perky with your toes, and your feet flexed up slightly. Transition into cross leg sitting. And sitting with the eyes closed. Feeling in your body, you're keeping the slight efforts to stay light and lifted. But while you keep that, you're also seeing how much relaxation you can let melt down and send your weight back to the ground, to where your sit bones rest on the floor. Feel how you're sitting, from the ground to the top of your head, and the space all around your body. Focus in your body, how you're sitting, and focus on the space inside your body, from the ground up. And doing a few rounds of alternate nostril breathing, or simplified version. If this is new to you, you can inhale through both sides and exhale through left. Then inhale through both, then exhale through right. If you know different variations of this practice, allow yourself to practice simple option of alternate nostril breathing for a few rounds. Finish breathing out on the left side. And continue sitting or lay down onto your back in Shavasana. Keep watching the breath, how it flows, how it connects to the consciousness and the body. Inhaling is wakefulness, arousing. Holding your breath is internalization, reorganizing, dreams. Breathing out is calming the system, relaxation, and going to less consciousness of the external. And as our consciousness becomes fully internalized It reaches the fourth state called Turiya, which is beyond waking, dreaming, and sleeping. Your attention can be completely internalized. We realize that state beyond the ego identity. And completely internalized means self. Keep looking to that source or that miracle or that mystery, which is your own being here right now. How did it come to be? It is being. That's the answer. It didn't become, won't disappear. Always self. Now I invite you to continue in this meditation, sitting or laying down, until you feel naturally some culmination of this practice and effort. Maybe use your own curiosity, or in whichever way fits. Just explore in your lifestyle those times of looking inwards and your practice, bringing that into your conscious daily experience, this state of being, this expansion of awareness, and this mindfulness and discipline of body, breath, and mind. harnessing our attention. Thank you for joining today. Welcome to continue your practice. Namaste.